Hi, my name is Elizabeth Petrachone, and I'd like to welcome you to Losing Weight with Elizabeth. I'll be interviewing some of my weight loss warriors, and they'll be sharing some of their ideas about their new healthy lifestyles, including menu planning, exercising, and alternative recipes for some of your favorite foods. Everything you need to know for permanent, practical weight loss. Our first guest today is Lena Hassinger. Hi, Lena. It's nice to have you.
It's so good to see you.
I guess the most important question in the start of this will be, how many pounds have you lost?
I have lost 83 pounds.
And how long did that take you?
A little more than 15 months.
That seems pretty reasonable.
Yep,
Is that
it was a very slow process.
Yes, but slow is good, right?
Slow is great.
Because you kind of get used to things as after a while.
Yes.
So you lost 83 pounds in how many months?
15.
15 months. Did you always have a weight problem?
Oh,
or?
yes. I always had a weight problem since I was a child. I am the product of the first generation Italian immigrants I was born on the soil. So for me, my parents and my grandparents spoiled me with all kinds of food items. So, and my grandfather having the store, as growing up, we had an abundance of everything. So for him, he used to spoil his grandchildren with, big lavish breakfasts and things like that. And then he would send us off to school. And then when we come home, we'd have big plates of pasta waiting for us at 3 o'clock. And then we'd have to eat again at 6. And, that's the way, it's the way we grew up. So I never really realized I was eating too much.
Yeah, well, in the day, well, with your grandfather, they had suffered with a lack of.
Yes.
So they were very happy to love. Food was love.
Oh, yes.
So
and they loved me. They loved me.
And you were the firstborn?
I was the firstborn on this soil.
Yeah.
So my parents were both immigrants, and my grandparents were immigrants. So they really did. They stuffed me like a stock pig in a parade. Yeah.
A stock pig in a parade.
A pig in a parade. Yep.
Okay, so let's go to this. So you decide you're going to lose weight, and now you own Cavallo's on East Main Street in Waterbury, Connecticut. And how does that work for you? For me, it would be a piece of gabagool, a little piece of cheese, and olives. I don't see how you could lose weight while you were there. So tell me, how did that work out?
I think I've just about eaten every single possible thing that's in that store. So I've been there, done that, and I just kind of said enough with it now. I really just needed to change. I needed to get healthier, and I needed to make better decisions, and that's pretty much how it works. I just really try not to focus on the foods that I have and try and make them a little bit healthier. Like if I want pasta, I can eat pasta. It's just not going to be with regular meatballs. It'll be with turkey meatballs. It'll be that kind of thing. If I want like veal cutlets, it's going to have to be, done, not fried,
Yeah, it's going to have to be baked, right?
It's going to have to be an alternative to...
An alternative, which...
An edit.
Which is what we're going to be doing, is we're going to be, Lena and I will be doing some cooking, and she'll show you the real recipe, and then I'll show you the light recipe. So, that'll be a lot of fun, because what I found out, and I don't know if it's true for you, but now if I ate something fried, I would get sick on it.
Oh yeah. You can definitely tell the difference. There's a different mouthfeel. There's, you have that coating.
You have that, that oily coating that you have on your
and then
mouth.
Everyone loves it. You're like, it's crazy. If I ever had to go to Frankie's again and order, which was my favorite, were the fried vegetables. The fried broccoli. If I had one not too long ago, and I swear I picked one up, and I was like, I can't eat this. I'm like, I can't. It's too fried, too much fried.
Right, exactly.
And my husband ate them like it was the last meal.
Like it was his last meal.
He loved every minute of it. I'm like, I can't eat it.
No, it's true. It's really true, because I remember stopping at a McDonald's on the way home from somewhere, and I don't do that very often, and I just wanted some French fries, and I only had them for a few minutes, and they got cold really quick.
Yeah.
And when they got cold, they coated the the inside of my mouth with like lard or
Yeah.
whatever it is.
I know.
I
You're
know,
like,
it's really
"Ah."
terrible. But the point is that what we've done is we've actually changed our everything, our mouthfeel, what tastes good to us, what
Right.
we actually like, and I think that's a really big thing. And by losing the weight slowly, you've actually changed the way you eat, and in a slow manner, not like you haven't had some of your favorites. So, like, what would be a go-to, say, a day of eating in Lena's life?
Well, I'm a big fan of protein. I have a lot of Greek yogurts in the like especially in the morning. I'll have a Greek yogurt, and then I try not to eat as many diet kind of foods like salads. I'll eat because I enjoy, not because I have to eat a salad because I'm on a diet. So for me, like I'll have a couple of pieces of turkey because I have it to store.
Yeah, right. How
there.
convenient.
So I'll have a couple of pieces of turkey and maybe a sliced up tomato for lunch, and then for dinner, same thing: chicken, little spinach, little sautéed spinach, and that's it. I try to stick with 3 meals, not a lot of snacking on cannolis.
Yeah, which is what we're going to be cooking later in the in this episode. So, do you think that particular way of doing it, you didn't really? Did you give up Did you give up anything, or did you just figure out how to make it so that it was good for you?
I didn't give up anything. I ate everything that I liked, and I ate it in moderation, just like you taught us. And the things that I was able to swap and make lighter, I was able to eat with great abandonment. I ate with everything. I loved it, but I really didn't give up anything.
And do you notice the other thing that I've noticed and that we're all working on in classes is that we're just trying to get the feeling of not being stuffed, like when you want to undo your pan and all that.
That Thanksgiving Day stuffing feeling.
That Thanksgiving Day doesn't have to be Thanksgiving, but it can certainly be that day.
Right.
So you feel that you've just changed in maybe the portion control part of your life, because that was the major problem that you were having.
Yes, I had a big problem with portion control. No one ever taught me, because of course growing up as a child, they gave me whatever I wanted. They didn't count out 15 chips on a plate. They gave me a bag, and the bag wasn't this big, it was this big.
Yeah, right, exactly.
And my grandparents never took 2 ounces of spaghetti out and put it on a plate. They cooked a pound for 3 people.
Yeah, I know. It's just amazing what the difference in plates now. If you look at a plate of pasta that you'll get in a restaurant, you'll get this. I remember going to a restaurant and they put the plate of pasta in front of me, and honestly, it was a pound of pasta.
Yeah.
That's used to feed our whole family.
Our whole family, yeah.
So that's a big difference. Portion control is a completely different thing. If everyone knew how much a 2 tablespoons of peanut butter
Peanut
is,
butter, that was the biggest.
I'm licking it off the knife while making the peanut butter, so I might get the 200 calories on the peanut butter
But
sandwich,
everything else,
I'm not even counting it. So that's where those are the BLTs, or the bites, licks, and tastes, that are my big problem, and that you've overcome that. Being at Cavallo's is a real miracle.
Well, I haven't so much as overcome it. I just learned how to control it.
Yeah, well, that's.
I don't think I'm ever really going to overcome a weight problem. I'm going to adjust my life accordingly to my new weight, but I don't think I'm ever going to be a skinny girl my whole life. I think I'm always going to have that, fear of being heavy again. So I'm always going to be a little more vigilant about what I eat and how I am, more or less my exercise regimen too.
Now tell me, what's the best thing about losing 83 pounds?
I have so much energy. I'm much happier than I was 83 pounds ago. I can do more things. I can hike. I can run with my husband. I can play with my dogs, and I don't run out of energy. And I'm not as lethargic as I used to be.
What about the confidence level?
Oh, the confidence is good. The confidence is good. I mean, I feel like some mornings after my workouts, I feel like I can take on the world, but I come back to reality very quickly.
Listen, once you lose 83 pounds, the confidence got to come, because there's not a lot of people that can do that. So that would be a really good thing. So today what's going to happen is Lena and I are going to be cooking, we're going to be making some cannolis for you and show you how you can actually have something that tastes very much like cannolis and yet be far fewer calories. So let's go into the kitchen. See you there. Hi, welcome back. I'm here with Lena at Cavallo's, and today we're going to make cannolis.
Is Cavallo's on East Main Street in Waterbury?
Yes, it is,
All
Robert.
right, good.
Thanks, cameraman Bob.
You're welcome.
Okay, so what we're going to do today is my cannolis that I'm going to make are 75 calories, and Lena's cannolis are
Somewhere about 400 calories. About
400 calories.
400. It'd be
400?
400 calories.
Do you know that you have to walk a football field in order to work off one M&M? Imagine how far you have to walk to work off one of those cannolis. But we're going to show you the real Italian way and the new don't diet edit way.
We're going to show you the good way, and then we're going to show you the way that you're really supposed to eat them if you want to eat them every day.
Yeah.
We're showing you the holiday version, and we're showing you the daily version.
Right, exactly. Okay, so are we going to we're going to keep going, right, Robert? Let's go
Absolutely.
ahead.
Let's keep going.
Everything is going so well, I don't want to change it. What we're going to make is...
What are the ingredients?
Here's the ingredients, Robert. We have the ricotta, and this is the only ricotta that we'll use is the calabro. And Lena, same thing.
Fine, yep.
So mine is
That's
fat-free and hers is, you know, full
Full
fat.
fat.
Now, all we're going to use is a half a container of this. You know what I need?
Now,
A
what did you do
spoon.
to this ahead of time?
Oh, yes. You know what I did? I put this in a colander with a coffee filter, and I drained some of the water out. And you know what? There was about a quarter of a cup of water in there. So I was a little surprised by that. So I got that, and that's so it'll make it creamier. This could not be any easier. All right, after we use the delicious calabro, we're going to put in a teaspoon of vanilla and a teaspoon of almond.
Almond extract?
Almond extract. 1/4 of confectionery sugar. This is the don't diet edit part of that recipe. I'm going to save just a little bit for the top. Now we're going to mix this up a little bit. And once we do that, we're going to get it to a nice creamy consistency, which is pretty close right now.
Perfect.
So, and it smells so good. The vanilla just is delightful. I'm going to put a drop of this almond milk, just a drop. It hardly needed anything. And then, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to set this aside, and I'm going to take this muffin tin, and I'm just going to take these little wonton wrappers, and I'm going to push them in to this so that you can see how they'll bake.
Now, I got a question for you.
Shoot.
While we're playing with the wonton wrappers, do you think that you could possibly have gotten maybe like some, tin foil or something like that and made a little form, like a little round form, and like made a little baby cannoli shell like this
Well,
out of it? I mean, because that would be like almost close to what the cannoli shell would look like. So you could, I mean, if you're creative at home and you could figure out like, maybe a cannoli
egg wash.
wrapper, like a real cannoli wrapper that they use to make real cannoli shells. You can probably make the same cannoli shells with half the amount of calories.
with
just
half
right
the
here.
calories.
Right. So push that in just like
Push that in. And then
Right.
that's it. You're going to bake these for like 8 minutes, but watch them like hawks because they burn in about 5 seconds. Now,
And through the magic of television.
And through the magic of television, here comes my cannolis. Now what?
Well, just the shells.
Just the shells. Okay, so while we're waiting, now we're going to
Can we see what they look like?
Lena-
One of them, pick it up. Let me see.
Here,
There it
This
is.
is what they look like when they're cooked. Aren't they adorable?
Adorable.
You could fill them with a lot of stuff. It doesn't have to be cannoli cream. It could be salsa. It could be hummus. It
You could
be
put refried beans in there.
And
You
fat-free
could make a
cheese.
taco salad. You know the taco
Perfect.
salad that's like, 10,000 calories
Yeah.
at some fast food place. These, you could probably have about 4 of them for maybe 400 calories.
4.
Maybe not even, yeah, 4.
Yeah, 4.
Sure.
With
Because
all
you
the
know,
good stuff in them.
Yeah,
I
why
can see
wouldn't-
that. And that's a
because-
good appetizer size.
it's not even a quart. You use beans, so it would be a quarter cup or something in each one. That is nothing.
So this
Okay.
is all done.
This is all, mine's all
Mix,
ready to
mix,
go.
Mix. Okay, so mine.
So now you
Mm.
So mine's very easy. This is the restaurant's this
Version?
is the restaurant's version. This I haven't changed. This is exactly what we serve at the store. Anytime anybody comes in and asks me for cannolis, this is the recipe that we use. So here I'm giving away all of my secrets here on Losing Weight with Elizabeth. Okay, so what we have here is we have 2 pounds of regatta. This is full fat regatta that we strain just like Elizabeth did. We do it for a minimum of 3 days just to
Ooh.
get all the whey out of it. And that way you have this really lovely creamy consistency in regatta. Okay, full
3
fat.
days, huh?
Go back. Yeah, now
Wow.
3 days.
how many calories do you think is in there?
Oh gosh, it has to be. It has to be 900. 300 calories a cup. So there's 4.
Oh, 1,200.
Yeah, at least 1,200.
1,200.
Yeah, at least 1,200 calories.
When you are trying
that
to
came right
lose
out.
weight, you really want to stay around 1,200 calories a
So this
day.
would be my day. All right, so full fat regatta. Then what we do is we add heavy cream to it. Okay, we start heavy cream, another 1,200 calories.
And you
at
put a
least.
dab of almond milk in yours, Liz?
I know. That's so very un-Italian,
Yeah.
but whatever. All right, so this is where the noise factor comes in. But here's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you really quick how the ingredients get put in, and then we're going to mix, and then we'll come back because it's a lot of noise. So we also have some almond extract, which we're going to pour in, and we also have some vanilla. I like vanilla. If you're going to be fancy and you want to splurge, go for a vanilla bean. Scrape it down, put it right in there.
Oh, I would love that.
How fancy.
Yeah,
Your,
that'd
your
be
friends
good.
will think you're like Rachel Red.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, of course, you have your powdered sugar. Now, the powdered sugar is,
120 calories. a
120
quarter cup.
calories for a quarter of
So
a
it's about
cup.
600 calories. of
Yeah,
powdered
you know
sugar.
what? We're going to start with these, but eventually that's all going to get worked into the mix. But you know what happens when you turn on a mixer and powdered sugar? You end up with it everywhere, so let's try not
So
to
what
do
we're
that.
going to do is come back in like 2 minutes,
minutes.
and 2
Well,
seconds.
Less than that.
Turn
in
it off,
television
Robert.
time.
Hi, welcome back.
Hi, welcome back. You missed all the noise. You missed all the party.
That was
This was,
nerve-wracking.
yeah, loud. And now, what we talked about before we went on break was that this has to mix for 6 minutes. That's how I do it. It's because the heavy cream really coagulates really well with proteins in the regatta. It's a lot of Alton Brown science stuff. Who cares? You like cannolis, you'll love it. Okay.
And I have to admit that during the break, I actually took a bite, and it is unbelievably delicious, and I'm sure I'll have to get them.
She liked them.
I did like them. But
Right.
I took a bite of mine too, and I was really happy.
So this is what my cannoli filling looks like. It's beautiful. It's a pale white, gorgeous alabaster coloring.
It smells like vanilla. It
Smells
smells
like
delicious.
Vanilla and almonds and all kinds of Christmassy things that you love. Okay, so pretty much this is my cannoli cream, and all that's left are my shells.
I'll
So-
get your shells over
Yeah.
here.
Let's not fool each other. The shells come from Ferrara's Bakery. I'm not going to make shells. My mother used to. She used to make shells homemade. God bless her. She's a greater woman than I.
And yes, she suggested that we make the shells out of the wrappers.
I thought that
Yeah.
that was going to be easier than the way that my mother made them, frying them and all that
Yeah.
stuff. Anyway, so, standard cannoli shells. And now while I'm teaching everyone how to fill a bag, I don't know if anyone knows how to fill a bag anymore.
I don't.
Right.
I can't even
She's
use
bad at
the
this.
bag. I can't.
So,
I don't have
I'm
the
gonna
hand strength apparently.
Apparently.
Apparently, she asked
Okay.
me to do it one day. Go ahead.
Fold it over. Take a scoop. Doesn't have to be a lot. You don't have to have a big, huge bag full of stuff. That's where I think you go wrong.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it's always bigger is
Push
better.
it down. Yeah. All right. And that's it. Voila. Cannolis.
Yeah, right there. I can't even
So-
believe I should just fills it right up.
Cannolis.
There would be this much of it if I were doing it.
So fill the cannolis to your heart's desire. I've gone to some places where, you know, the cannoli cream was an option, I guess, in their cannolis because there was hardly any in there. I mean, really, you don't want just the shell, you want the cream itself.
It's like having the ice cream cone without ice cream.
And somebody's going to ask me about fillings, I'm sure, or mix-ins or something like that. And I like the idea of chocolate chips in the cannolis. That's great. If you go to Little Italy in New York, you're going to find that. They put in miniature chocolate chips and things like that, and that's great if you like that. I don't personally. I like my cannoli cream to be very plain.
Yeah, really. If I'm having cannolis, I don't want another
You don't want
flavor.
another-
I don't
yeah.
want another of my favorite flavors.
I have made it with pistachios and maraschino cherries, which is another one of my greatness.
Oh, it's a
Great,
little...
great pleasures in life. I've had it with this blueberries are perfect with it. You can get as creative as you really want to. So, that said, my cannolis just get a tiny sprinkle of some miniature chocolate chips.
You have no idea how difficult this is.
And a little sprinkling of powdered sugar. Voila! 450 calories per.
All right.
Now we have Elizabeth's delicious
Here we
edited
go.
version of. Here we go. So Elizabeth, I'm going to ask if you want to fill the bag, but I'm pretty
No,
darn sure.
I
okay?
don't really. I really,
I'm
really,
pretty
really
darn
don't.
sure you're going to say no. All right, so we're filling our little cannoli bag. And if you don't have a bag, that's okay. Use a Ziploc. I've done it in a pinch. Why not? Okay?
And we're just going to
Fill, fill, fill.
look how it goes.
Fill, fill, fill.
It can't be any. Really, honestly, this cannot be any. This can't be.
Right. This is almost perfect. Wouldn't this be good with a little scoop of ice cream too?
Oh my God! See, you know, you're taking a perfectly light. We didn't even use it all, but so perfect. Okay, so we
Tilt
do
it a little
this, and then we'll just put a little bit of the mini chocolate chips on it.
The dolly's in the way. The doily.
So-
There. Oh,
There we go.
oh, that's so pretty.
And then
You know, we're not experts.
you can do a couple of blueberries.
And you know, that blueberry with this stuff is really delicious.
Right. So I'm gonna have mine because I know you're gonna make me eat one with a lot of extra.
Of course. And that's how she lost 83 pounds, by a lot of extra chocolate.
Tons.
There
of
you
extra
go.
chocolate.
All righty.
So,
go ahead.
My light version, no. My extra calorie version and the light version.
Come on, now come on and tell me that that is not delicious.
I'm gonna try it.
I know she's a purist, you know what I mean.
I'm an Italian girl at heart, obviously. But here it goes.
See? It's delicious, isn't it? I mean, really, this is out of this world.
Yeah.
But that is pretty darn delicious for 75 calories. So,
75 calories. This is perfect.
and
This
you
is
know,
really good.
lots of times no one even knows you did it that way. So till the next time, we'll see you with another recipe and how you can change it up to make it healthier and lower in calories. This is Lena
With a mouthful.
and Elizabeth.
Bye.
The best piece of advice I heard this week was about portion control. It isn't all or nothing. So get out your food scales, your measuring cups, your measuring spoons, and see how much a cup of pasta is, or a tablespoon of peanut butter. I think you'll be surprised. No one ever regretted eating too little. Have a healthy day.